in the air with Michigan.
Right.
Like Michigan State, it's kind of clear. You're on the right path.
Right.
You got Tucker. He's working that portal. He's getting the recruits. They're going to have, I think, a slightly worse year because you're not going to find Kenneth Walker in the fucking transfer portal every time. They're going to go, like I said, they're going to get 8-9 wins, and that's a good year when you consider what's happening. I think they lose to, Michigan State, or they lose to Michigan, they lose to Ohio State, and they'll lose to like Penn State or something. But I think they could pull an upset in there. Wouldn't be surprised either.
So for Michigan State, I think obviously their defense is going to improve. You're going to probably see the offense deprove a little bit or digress. The question mark I have really is who the teams they lose to are and how frequent they. I mean, for all I know, they could lose 5. I don't know. But I think that they'll obviously, and I don't think that Penn State will be one of those teams. That one's kind of a wild card game. I think that they'll for sure lose to Michigan, Ohio State, and maybe I'm just setting my hopes up for that Michigan game. But Michigan, Ohio State, and Wisconsin is the other one. Because I don't think that Wisconsin's also one of those teams where they're not gonna do this bad 2 years in a row. And even though Michigan, the issue because does Michigan play Wisconsin in 2022?
I don't think so.
Well, I got lucky there. Whoever Wisconsin plays, because Wisconsin, I always say, playing Wisconsin is really, really hard on the road because you just have. I think it was Iowa or something like that. I thought that Iowa was gonna do a hell of a job. Yeah, they don't play them. They play Minnesota, Iowa. The 3 Big East teams are Maryland. Well, that's a cupcake. Michigan State and Ohio State. So I guess that's pretty rough. But anyway, but my point is though is I think that Wisconsin could easily win that game. I think that's a winnable game for Wisconsin. I don't know. It's one of those things. I think the wild card game though is Penn State. I think that Penn State is the game that Michigan could be the difference between an 8-4 season and a 9-3 season. Because James Franklin, I don't know what his deal is, It's hard to predict because the game that Penn State played against Michigan State this year, completely winnable game. And Penn State coached themselves out of that, and it just kind of, even though I know it was snowing, I know the weather was terrible, but it still is hard to believe that James Franklin could do anything. The fact that he got an extension was insane. I just couldn't stop laughing. Oh my god.
Yeah, that is very strange.
I mean, it's worse than Harbaugh getting an extension.
Yeah,
in a way. But
yeah, because at least Harbaugh has I know he hadn't before, but he was always closer. I feel to winning the Big Ten than Franklin ever was.
Oh
so.
well, yeah. I mean, you did have there were 4 years in a row of New Year's Six bowls that James Franklin had gotten to, but those are 3 years removed. Those have happened so far long ago that I don't think that Penn State fans give a shit about those anymore. You know what I mean? It's as if me justifying rehiring Mel Tucker 2 years from now based on this year's Peach Bowl. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because it's what have you done for me lately?
I think, but to wrap up our way too early preview, I think Michigan's gonna kind of go back to their old form, win 10-11 games, lose the important ones, lose the big ones, and I think Michigan State was going to lose against most of their harder opponents in Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State.
Because you can all see this. You can all see all of this as a preview.
So I think they're going to go 9-3, or maybe even 10-2 with an upset tossed in.
That's great.
But I think I still like Michigan State's trajectory better than Michigan's, unless they can again win the Big Ten again this year, and then I'll have more faith in Harbaugh. And that's assuming he's even here. So
If you're Harbaugh, why don't you? I mean, if I'm offered the Bears job or the Raiders job, I just fucking leave. Just get out of here.